Swindon, your homes, your future. An independent newsletter produced for tenants and leaseholders. Editors for this issue are Melvin Wright and Linda Barber. This is issue 5 for October 2011. Countdown to ballot. Swindon Council may soon be asking tenants to vote on the future of the housing service. This month, all tenants will be getting their copy of the Council's consultation document explaining all the details. So why are they doing this? The government is changing the way council housing is funded, so next April Swindon Council will have to borrow £145 million on top of the £12 million debt it already has, and give it directly to the government to pay Swindon's share of the national housing debt. In the long term, the council will be slightly better off under the new system by being able to keep all its rent money and being allowed to borrow up to another £19 million to invest in homes and estates. But in the next 10 years, government limits on council house debt and paying the interest on the £145 million loan means less money to invest in Swindon. A backlog of repairs and improvements could build up and prevent the council bringing homes up to the Swindon Homes standard for around 20 years. So the council is asking tenants to vote on whether to transfer all council homes to Swindon Housing Association to avoid this happening. Remember, transfer cannot happen without a secret ballot of all tenants. If the Swindon tenants vote yes to a transfer, Swindon Housing Association would borrow around £67 million to buy the homes from the council. Then it would borrow around £132 million more to set up and invest in improving homes and estates. Swindon Housing Association would be able to invest in homes and estates years sooner than the council could. The council believes Swindon Housing Association would be able to spend up to £70 million more over the next 10 years. Read the consultation document and watch the DVD. Look up the answers to your questions. Read the proposed new tenancy agreement and check your rights are protected. And that notice comes from DWA, a not-for-profit consultancy company. Remember, this is a genuinely independent advice. This is not a council newsletter. It's been produced with local tenants and leaseholders and DWA, your independent tenants advisors, and their free phone number is 0800 0855 492. And now a message from Swindon's Resident Engagement Group, the REG. We would like to thank everyone who has made a contribution to the council's transfer talks. It was important we all had our say. A big thank you to our readers who have used the free phone or free post service, and thank you to the tenants of the Swindon Tenants Voice, STV, Leaseholder Link and TASH, who have given up lots of their valuable time too. Here at the Reg, we have tried our very best to keep tenants and leaseholders' interests at the heart of the transfer discussions. Now it's over to you. When it arrives, please read your consultation document carefully, think about what is best for the future, and watch the DVD. If you have any questions, phone our independent advisors. Get in touch, get involved. Phone us, that number again, 0800 0855 492, or email info, that's info, at DWA-housing consultants, that's without any space, .co.uk. And now, are you a leaseholder? You will get in your own leaseholder consultation document from the council. Swindon Housing Association would be bound by the provisions of the original leases with the council, and leaseholders would pay their service charges to this organisation instead of the council. Leaseholders' rights are protected by their lease, and check your lease. And there's a little note at the bottom of that page. Use our reply slip to get in touch, or free phone. Again, that number, DWA 0800 855 492, or email info at DWA-housing consultants, all one without any space, .co.uk. This newsletter is available in other languages and formats such as CDs and bigger print. If you know anyone who needs this kind of help, please let us know. Remember, it can't happen without your vote. There must be a secret ballot of all tenants, so get in touch and get involved. And now your questions answered. Your questions. What if the housing association has got its sums wrong? If they run short of money and there is no way back to the council, what will happen then? Well, the council's advisor, a company called Sector, tell us they have checked all the figures and are confident that the new housing association could deliver all its promises. A property company called Rand is also checking that the stock condition survey is up to date and accurate. Swindon Housing Association's business plan is also scrutinised by the registration team at the Tenant Services Authority. Until they are satisfied, Swindon Housing Association could not be registered and your homes could not transfer. If the new association did get its sums wrong, the regulator would step in. But what if the new housing association tries to sell our homes off to another landlord? If there is a transfer in Swindon, the new landlord would sign a contract with the council to carry out all the promises made in the consultation document, which is being sent to tenants soon, and would have to register with the Tenant Services Authority. Part of the terms of that registration would be to make sure that the new landlord continues to provide homes for rent and trades as a not-for-profit housing association. If the new landlord wanted to merge with another housing association or set up a group structure with another organisation, it would have to consult with all tenants and get the permission of the council and the regulator. Tenants will decide whether the transfer proposal could go forward. We will soon be voting yes or no to transfers. And now a note on your independent advisors. When landlords are thinking of making any major changes to the housing service, tenants and leaseholders are entitled to their own independent housing experts to double check what the council is doing or saying. The government expects councils to pay for this service so that expert professional advice is completely free to all tenants and leaseholders at the point of delivery. Local tenants and leaseholders have asked DWA, Housing and Management Consultants, our original advisors, to return to Swindon to advise tenants on the council's latest proposal. DWA are experienced tenants advisors. They are a not-for-profit company who strongly believe that the independent tenants advisors should be just that, independent. DWA works for tenants and leaseholders. They do not work for the council. DWA is not here to sell a transfer. They are here to explain the issues and make sure everybody understands what is going on. Tenants will have the final say on transfer in a secret ballot. Your independent team of housing experts, community development workers and experienced tenants is led by Deborah Walthorne and David Williams. Their job is to make sure everyone gets the information they need about what is going on. And now competition time. Congratulations to Ms Isles, Ms C Calvert and Ms A Gassman, who were the first 3 correct answers open. They each win a £20 shopping voucher. And now a question. What company are the council's main advisors on the transfer proposal? And underneath, in the printed version, there's space to put your answer. Question 2. Because of government policy, rents would be set in the same way with the Swindon Housing Association as with the council. And you've got to tick, again in the printed version, correct box. Is that true or is it false? And question 3. If there's a transfer, tenants would be asked to sign a new assured tenancy agreement. Tick the correct box, true or false, and then send your answers to Free Post SWC 5119 Telford TF8 7ZA. The first 3 correct answers to arrive will each win a £20 shopping voucher, so don't forget to give us your name and address. Remember, whatever your views on the transfer, it is important that you use your vote. If the majority vote is yes, the council will ask the government for permission to transfer all homes to Swindon Housing Association. If the majority vote is no, the council continues to be the landlord. And now a transfer fact. The transfer is not a done deal. There has to be an independent ballot, so remember to use your vote. Don't let someone else decide who your landlord is going to be. And in the printed version, there's a little slip headed Get in Touch, Get Involved. And if you want to get involved or find out more, please use this tear-off strip and post it to that Telford address. DWA, Free Post, no stamp needed, SWC 5119, Telford TF8 7ZA. Remember again that it can't happen without your vote. There must be a secret ballot of all tenants, so get in touch, get involved.